If you are a Zimbabwean who is already in the UK, or you are a Zimbabwean who is planning to come to the UK, watch this video until the end. I've got some exciting news for you. Two of these updates that I'm going to share with you, they are all very good news, but you need to pay attention very carefully. So this is concerning the UK licenses exchanging from the Zimbabwean licenses, right? So blue copy, the good news, which is the first one, is the blue copy is no longer required by the DVLA to prove that your license is original or not for an exchange in the UK. That's number one. Number two, in order for you to get your UK license, you can now use your class 2 license, Zimbabwean license, to get your UK license. Watch this video as I'll explain to you how all this process is going to work, because there are some conditions to some of these updates that I'm going to share with you. So if you're not aware, the embassy of the Zimbabwean government had a meeting earlier on with the Ministry of Transport for the Zimbabwean government, and they had a meeting with the DVLA of the UK government, and they agreed on certain terms and conditions, of which the UK government can only accept Zimbabwean licenses for exchange. So earlier on, they used to reject licenses without a blue copy. This is no longer a requirement to exchange for a British license. However, what you need to understand, according to the meeting that was held, they agreed to say that they can only accept your license if, firstly, you have a class 4 license that has been produced before 23rd of June this year, 2023, which is a metal one, like this one, an old license. It has to be metal, class 4, or it has to be a class 4 license that was produced after 23rd of June 2023 this year, which has to be plastic. Now they're issuing plastic licenses. So the government of Zimbabwe told DVLA to only accept plastic licenses from 23 June onwards. You no longer need the blue copy to prove that you have an original license. However, there are people who had their licenses seized by the DVLA. You were told by the UK government that your licenses are fake. This is not me saying, it's just the UK government which said that, because if your license did not come back when you tried to exchange, it is fake in the eyes of the DVLA, the UK government. Forget about that. You need to get either the UK license from scratch, or you need to go back to Zimbabwe and get a class 4 license. How about the class 2 license holders? The good news is that you can now exchange your class 2 license, but there are terms and conditions to that according to the UK government. What they've agreed with the Zimbabwean embassy is this. In order for the government, the DVLA, to actually accept your Zimbabwean license for an exchange, if it's class 2, which is also called the truck licenses, they can only accept it if you go back to Zimbabwe, go to the VID. You have to do 30 lessons for the class 4 training. After that, you get tested to see if you're competent to drive class 4. You need to go over all the maneuvers that we don't go through when we take the class 4 license, the class 2 license, meaning to say you have to do parallel parking and all the other maneuvers that are required to get the UK license, which is a class B license in the UK. If you do that, the VID is going to update your license. I'm not sure how they're going to do that. They haven't said yet. Either they may give you a plastic license, which shows that you're competent to drive class 2 in Zimbabwe, as well as class 4 as well. They have to give you another license, or else there is some form of communication they're going to do with the DVLA to prove that you have done all what's required for your competence to drive in the UK any small car. Other than that, guys, if you have a class 2 license and you don't have to go back to Zimbabwe to get your license upgraded, your class 2 license is just rubbish to the UK government. They're not going to accept it for an exchange. So what you need to do now, you've got two options. Either you need to go over the UK license, starting from scratch to get the UK license like I did, or else you have to actually go back to Zimbabwe and get a class 4 driver's license. Then you come back here, you get it exchanged. The other common question that I've been having from some people is that what if I was rejected already? If I've tried to apply before and I was rejected because I didn't have a certificate of competence, which is the blue copy, right, guys? The good news is this: get another application form, a fresh one, from the post office, the D1 form, fill it in with all your details that you have to, except the blue copy which you don't have, and then quote the reference number you've had when you applied for your initial exchange that was rejected. Then send it back to DVLA. They're going to approve that once you do that. So fill in a fresh application. Don't send the old one. Get a new form. Fill in your details. Put everything that they need, accept the blue copy which you don't have, and then send it back to DVLA. They're going to accept it. How about, guys, those people who are thinking of getting a UK license? Because some people now are saying, how hard is it? I will tell you from experience. Myself, I've done the UK license, which is why I now have this pass certificate. Once you have this one, they will send you this one after that. So the process is quite, it's not straightforward as it is when it comes to getting a Zimbabwean license. That's why most people say it's hard to get a UK license. It is hard. I'll actually agree with you, but it's not something that's not doable. You can do it. I've done it. You don't even need professional lessons. Only if you are a very experienced driver and you really know what you're doing. Otherwise, I recommend you go for a professional instructor. They teach you how to actually drive in the UK, because the process, guys, is not a walk in the park. It's not something you can just do if you don't have some professional or proper lessons, unless you want to go over some self-tutoring yourself like I've done myself. You can be able to pass as well. I look forward to see you coming to the UK. If you're planning on coming to the UK, this is the right channel for you. Please follow me. I've got jobs that I normally post regularly. You can also check as well the others I've just posted recently. Those who are in the UK already, this is the right person or the right channel to be following. I always post updates concerning the immigrants or the fellow immigrants who live in the UK and the diaspora at large, not just the UK only, but all the other countries outside. I always share information and updates and jobs as well. I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Please take care as well, and goodbye.